José Luis Rodriguez Zapatero is a Spanish politician and member of the Spanish Socialist Workers' Party. He was the Prime Minister of Spain, being elected for 2 terms in the 2004 and 2008 general elections. On the 2nd of April 2011, he announced he would not stand for re-election in the 2011 general election and left office on the 21st of December 2011. Among the main actions taken by the Zapatero administration were the withdrawal of Spanish troops from the Iraq War, the increase of Spanish troops in Afghanistan, the idea of an alliance of civilizations, the legalization of same-sex marriage in Spain, reform of abortion law, a peace negotiation attempt with ETA, increase of tobacco restrictions, and the reform of various autonomous statutes, particularly the Statute of Catalonia. José Luis Rodriguez Zapatero was born in Valladolid, Castile and Leon, to Juan Rodriguez y García Lozano, a lawyer, and María de la Purificación Zapatero Valero. He grew up in Leon, where his family originated. His paternal grandfather, Juan Rodriguez y Lozano, was a Republican captain, executed by Francisco Franco's National Army a month into the Spanish Civil War for refusing to fight with them. His whereabouts were revealed by fascists in Valladolid. His maternal grandfather, Faustino Valentin Zapatero Ballesteros, was a pediatrician and middle-class liberal. His maternal grandmother María de la Natividad Valero y Asensio was a conservative and died at age 103. Zapatero was born in Valladolid not only because of his mother's attachment to her family, who lived there, but also because of the medical profession of her father. Zapatero has said that, as a youngster, as I remember it, I used to participate in late-night conversations with my father and brother about politics, law or literature. However, he did not get along very well with his father at times. Sources say that his father refused to let him work or take any part in his law firm, and this scarred him for life. He says that his family taught him to be tolerant, thoughtful, prudent and austere. The memory of Republican Captain Rodriguez y Lozano was also kept alive by his last will, handwritten 24 hours before facing the firing squad, and which can be considered a final declaration of principles. The will comprised 6 parts, the first 3 bestowing his possessions on his heirs, the 4th, in which he asked for a civil burial, and the 5th, in which he requested his family to forgive those who had tried and executed him, and proclaiming his belief in the Supreme Being. In the 6th, Zapatero's grandfather asked his family to clear his name in the future, as his creed consisted only in his love for peace, for good and for improving the living conditions of the lower classes. According to an Israeli newspaper, Maariv, by Zapatero's own statement, my family, named Zapatero, is of Jewish descent, probably from a family of Marranos. He is an agnostic. He studied law at the University of Leon, graduating in 1982. His performance as a student was above average before his pre-university year. According to his brother Juan, he didn't study much, but it made no difference. He continued successfully. After graduating, Zapatero worked as a teaching assistant in constitutional law at the University of Leon until 1986. It was subsequently found that he had been appointed by his department without the usual selection process involving interviews and competitive examinations, which, if true, constitutes a case of political favoritism. He has declared that the only activity that attracts him besides politics is teaching or, at most, academic research. Rodriguez Zapatero met Sonsoles Espinosa in Leon in 1981. They married on the 27th of January 1990 and have 2 daughters named Laura and Alba. Having received successive deferments because of his conditions as a university student and a teaching assistant, Zapatero did not fulfill the compulsory military service. As an MP, he was finally exempted. Zapatero attended his first political rally, organized by the Spanish Socialist Workers' Party in Gijón in 1976. Some political parties had been legal since the 21st of July 1976. But the PSOE was not legalized until February 1977. The speech of Felipe González, the PSOE leader and future Prime Minister of Spain, who took part in the rally, exerted an important influence on Zapatero. He said, among other things, that the socialists' goal was the seizure of power by the working class to transform the ownership of the means of production, and that the PSOE was a revolutionary party but not revolutionarist or aventurist, as it defended the use of elections to come to power. Zapatero and his family had been traditionally attracted to the Communist Party as it was the only party really organized before Francisco Franco's death in 1975. But, after the famous political rally in Gijón, they, and especially Zapatero, started to believe that the Socialist Party was the most probable future for the Spanish left. At the